latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.
Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And what a beautiful day today, other than this pesky wind. And boy, it was blowing out there, but much cooler temperatures and lots of blue sky out there today. But the windy conditions still warm and our vegetation is so dry. We do still have a red flag warning for our area, and that's through tonight at 9 o'clock. You can see Wenatchee on the map. It extends all the way down to Moses Lake and to Yakima and areas south of there. Lots of fires to talk about when we come up here in a little bit. Part of this red flag warning, which will expire tonight, and then things will get a little bit better as we move into the upcoming weekend, and we'll talk more about that a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Manson firefighters were on the scene of a rollover accident around 10 a.m. this morning on Ivan Morse Road, and a stranded pair of hikers from the Seattle area were rescued near Leavenworth early Thursday morning. But first, we begin tonight with an update on all the area fires. The eastbound lane on Interstate 90 remains closed this afternoon because of the wind-fanned Boylston wildfire in Kittitas County. The fire has burned an estimated 70 to 80,000 acres, mainly on the Yakima Training Center. Multiple agencies have responded to the fire located just east of Kittitas. I-90 is closed eastbound 7 miles east of Kittitas at the Vantage Bridge. Crews on the ground are receiving air support from 3 fixed-wing aircraft and 2 DNR helicopters. Traffic is being detoured onto Vantage Road. The Washington State Department of Transportation also announced State Route 243 is reopened after it was closed in both directions last night. A Level 3 evacuation notice is in place for Oval Fruit Company and Getty's Cove. Level 2 notice for Wanapum State Park as well has been issued. An evacuation shelter has been set up at Wahluke Junior High School to support evacuees. Deputies have contacted people in those areas to advise them of this fire activity. The Boylston fire is now a state mobilization effort involving crews from all over the state, including Chelan and Douglas County crews. A Southeast Washington incident management team is overseeing the suppression efforts. State fire assistance has been mobilized in support of local firefighters working to contain the Buckshot Fire. It's located in Grant County near the town of Desert Air, 2 miles southeast of Mattawa. The fire started Thursday afternoon and is burning in grass and brush. The Buckshot Fire is estimated at around 10,000 acres and growing. It's threatening homes, crops, and infrastructure, and it's currently 20% contained. Level 2 and 3 evacuations are in effect at this time. The fire cause is under investigation. Another blaze called L Road Fire further south near Vernita is at 29,000 acres and 40% contained, burning northeasterly towards Saddle Mountain. Washington State Department of Transportation has closed State Route 24 in both directions at the junction of State Route 243 near the Vernita Bridge to approximately 10 miles west of Othello. Well, crews in Chelan County are continuing to battle the now 70-acre Fields Point fire burning near Fields Point Landing at Lake Chelan. The fire was first reported in the 4 o'clock hour this morning. Due to the fire being in a 3-year-old burn scar, the fire will be burning mostly in grass and small brush with some dead and downed timber intermixed. Fire officials ask that you please avoid the area while fire crews work the fire. A Level 2 evacuation was implemented for residents near the fire area. Crews from Chelan County Fire Districts 5, 7, and 8 have responded, as well as the Manson Fire Department. Switching gear now, Manson firefighters were on the scene of a rollover accident around 10 a.m. this morning on Ivan Morse Road. A semi-truck was transporting freshly harvested cherries down the hill when it left the roadway near a vineyard. There were no injuries in that accident. A stranded pair of hikers from the Seattle area were rescued near Leavenworth early Thursday morning. The Wenatchee World reports the hikers, a 34-year-old woman from Seattle and a 37-year-old Issaquah woman, became stranded on a ledge on Cannon Mountain 8 miles southeast of Leavenworth around midnight Wednesday. The inexperienced hikers found themselves on a 3-foot ledge, preventing them to go up or down. To hoist them from the mountain, a winch-capable helicopter was called in from Naval Air Base Whidbey Island. The hikers were rescued safely and dropped off uninjured at the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery. Well, coming up next, a prominent Brewster area grower claims in testimony before a congressional committee that a trade war with China will hurt the state's tree fruit industry. A report by Washington State University says an examination of the carcass of the cougar believed to be involved in the death of a bicyclist this spring near North Bend revealed no abnormalities. And another dead bat was recently found in Chelan County. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
Hi, Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. When you think of Alpine Air in Wenatchee, think of professional, friendly customer service for all your heating and cooling needs. Alpine Air partners with Carrier, manufacturers of some of the best heating and air conditioning equipment available today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Visit our store in Wenatchee, meet our people, see our shop. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
Welcome back. In another news, a prominent Brewster area grower claims in testimony before a congressional committee that a trade war with China will hurt the state's tree fruit industry. Cass Gebbers with Gebbers Farms was part of a panel discussion at a hearing before the House Ways and Means Trade Subcommittee chaired by Representative Dave Reichert. China has increased tariff rates to 50% for cherries, apples, and pears grown in the U.S. Gebbers said it would be hard to find alternative markets to make up for the loss of revenue.
That's all we're asking is let's level this playing field, and I get where we're headed. I'm patriotic, and I get how there's going to be some pain shared. Make sure the pain's shared amongst all industries. It's $1 trillion of high-tech money sitting overseas. Make sure they're sharing in the pain of this IP protection, because agriculture is high profile. To answer Mr. Smith's question, we're high profile. We're easy. There's an apple grown in darn near every state, so it's easy to get under the skin of your ag producers and make a difference. That's why we're here. But these markets are not fungible, so we can't just pick up and send an apple as an apple and as apple. There's no way it works that way.
In a recent interview with Cairo Radio in Seattle, Congressman Dave Reichert said this was avoidable, but instead what we've done is we've made the U.S. the bad guy, and there is a global effort now to address the bad acts of the United States versus an effort to address the bad acts of China. He added, we have created an opportunity for the rest of the world. Well, a report by Washington State University says an examination of the carcass of the cougar believed to be involved in the death of a bicyclist this spring near North Bend revealed no abnormalities that might have contributed to the animal's unusual behavior. The report by the Washington Animal Disease Diagnostic Laboratory at WSU in Pullman was released this week, according to an official with Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife.
On the thin side, he was thin for an animal of his age, but was not unhealthy. He was a fairly healthy cat in all other respects.
Fish and Wildlife veterinarian Dr. Kristen Mansfield said the examination produced no significant findings to indicate why the cougar attacked the bicyclist and a companion on May 19th. She said wildlife managers are highly confident that the cougar was involved in the incident because it was found so close to the attack site and because of the relatively low density of cougars in Washington. However, the agency is awaiting the results of DNA analysis to confirm that conclusion. Those results are expected within the next month, according to that doctor. Another dead bat was recently found in Chelan County. The bat was found on the sidewalk at 21 South Wenatchee Avenue on Wednesday. Animal Control delivered the dead bat to Chelan Douglas Health District. However, due to the condition of the bat, it could not be tested for rabies. It's not known if anyone or any pet came in contact with the bat. Touching a rabid bat without gloves may expose a person or pet to rabies. Chelan Douglas Health District asks that you contact your local health jurisdiction if you or someone you know or any of their pets touch this bat. Anyone who encounters a bat should be evaluated by a medical professional for risk of rabies. If bitten, the medical provider should immediately report the bat bite to Chelan Douglas Health District or your local health jurisdiction. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Eric Granstrom and our feature story tonight. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Stay with us.
Vominos junk haulers, big or small, they haul it all. Vominos junk haulers are experienced at hauling junk from your household items to yard and construction debris. That old hot tub and eyesore, Vominos, will make it Vominos. Recycling is a priority to Vominos junk haulers. They'll haul away your old appliances and electronics. And for the do-it-yourselfers, Vominos Junk Haulers also rents trucks and trailers. Call Vominos Junk Haulers and Moving Service today to schedule your free estimate.
It's a free walk-in job search assistance center. It is designed to help job seekers with the tools that they need to find a job. We have partnered with libraries in 5 other cities, providing the same types of services that we offer here, just there.
Just walk in, we have laptops, and we can help you with resume, cover letter.
All of our services are paid for by the revenues earned in our store. Goodwill is just a tool that the community is using to help their neighbors find a job. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
A sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a good finally Friday. Sam Nowitzki's 2-run single in the top of the 6th snapped a 3-3 tie. That propelled Portland to a 5-3 win over Wenatchee in the first game of a doubleheader last night at Paul Thomas Senior Field. The Twin Bill was played because of a rainout in Portland back in June. The Pickles grabbed the early lead thanks to a bases-loaded throwing error by Wenatchee third baseman Jake Taylor. It allowed 3 runs to score in the third, but the Sox came back with a run in the bottom of the third and scored 2 more to tie it in the fourth.
1-2 from Roth. Taking off from first is McCord. The throw gets away from everyone, and in to score will be Sage. So the double steal attempt works to perfection. McCord swipes second, and coming in to score is Sage. That will be due to, I believe, a throwing error that will allow Sage to come in. Saylor on deck right now. The pitch. Tapper left side, and that's going to get into the outfield. The RBI single by Corey Meyer ties it up 3-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Marquez in some trouble. First inning of work in relief of Spellacy. Tie ball game, but we'll see how long that lasts. This is hit up the middle for a base hit. Coming in to score is Edson. Right behind him getting the wave is Perez, and he will score easily. 5-3 Portland. And the Sox got runs, a singular run in the 3rd and 2 in the 4th. Hit over to 3rd. Fielded by Perez, and like the game's final score, the final putout goes 5-3.
That's Joel Norman on the call on the Apple Sox Radio Network. Video courtesy of the Apple Sox Facebook page. So they lose the first one. Now it's on to game 2 of the doubleheader, and just like in game 1, Portland got on the board first in a 3-2 victory. Joel Norman again calls the highlights.
Good for his second strikeout of the game. Runner takes off. Ball's hit in the air to right field. A long way. Moving back toward the fence is Dawson Day, and he won't get that one. A 2-run homer for Noah Cardenas. His first of the season, and it's 2-0 Portland in the top of the second. Cardenas goes the opposite way to put Portland on the board. It's hit in the air very hard to center field straight away, and that ball is over the fence for a home run. Cody Darcy, first pitch swinging to the deepest part of the ballpark. Southpaw deals a little flare into right field, and it's going to get down. Magro with the base hit. Barrera is waved around, and he will come in to score easily. We got a tie ball game, 2-2 in the 5th. The Southpaw kicks and delivers. Swung on, hit hard in the air to right center field. Moving back is Day, and that ball is over the fence for a home run. Perez leads off the 7th inning with a solo shot to give the Portland Pickles a 3-2 lead. A chance to redeem himself. He allowed a solo home run to lead off the top of this inning. First pitch, swinging, hits over first base side. It's gloved by Barnum, and he'll step on first. And that's how the ball game ends.
So Wenatchee and Portland will wrap up the series tonight at 7:05 before traveling to Yakima for the first of 3 games tomorrow. Opening up the Les Schwab scoreboard, we'll take a look at the rest of the West Coast League last night. Trent Tingelstad hit his league-leading 8th home run to lead Kelowna past Bend 9-3 in the sprinkler-delayed game at Elk Stadium yesterday. The game was suspended 2 nights ago in the top of the 8th because the sprinklers came on. In the nightcap of what turned out to be a doubleheader yesterday, Cody Crowder's bases-loaded RBI in the 8th scored Matt Landon break a 4-4 tie, gave the Falcons a 5-4 victory. Elijah Green was 3 for 5 in the leadoff spot and scored 3 times to help Yakima Valley to a 9-2 win over Port Angeles. Bellingham broke a 2-2 tie with 2 runs in the top of the 8th and Walla Walla to beat the Sweets 4-2. Victoria's Ryan Ober had a prolific day at the plate for the Harbor Cats in 11-5 win over Corvallis. He was 4 for 5 with 4 runs and 4 RBIs. It was only his 8th game played, and he raised his batting average 100 points in 1 game. And in non-league action, Marty Maves and 5 other Cowlitz pitchers combined on a 6-hit shutout of the Northwest Honkers 2-0. Maves and his crew struck out 11 batters in the contest. Looking at the West Coast League schedule for today, Kelowna hosts Bend, Corvallis is at Victoria, Walla Walla hosting Bellingham, Port Angeles continues at Yakima Valley, and Wenatchee finishes its series with Portland. Again, that's at 7:05 tonight. Non-league game today, Cowlitz takes on the Northwest Honkers again. Here's what's coming up this weekend on the sports calendar for the area. The Renton Firefighters host their annual Last Alarm softball tournament. This is tomorrow and Sunday at Walla Walla Point Park. Great chance to get out and thank firefighters for all they do. The big game to determine the regular season champion of the Western Washington Football Alliance is Saturday night at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. It's the 9-0 Tri-City Rage against the 7-0 Wenatchee Rams. Kickoff set for 6 o'clock. You don't want to miss this one. Chelan Man is back this weekend at Lake Chelan. Saturday's event features a long course triathlon, half marathon, and Olympic triathlon. Then on Sunday, it's a sprint, try a try, youth triathlon, and the splash and dash. Well, the Mariners start their second half of the season tonight with the first of 3 against the Chicago White Sox at Safeco Field. Seattle will try to erase the sputtering finish to the first half, where they lost 8 of its past 11. James Shields on the mound for the Sox, going up against the Mariners' Wade LeBlanc. First pitch at 7:10. That's sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCW Life Channel. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. The primary election season is upon us as ballots begin arriving in mailboxes across the region. In tonight's feature story, Chelan County Auditor Skip Moore gave Wake Up Wenatchee Valley host Dan Kuntz his prediction on voter turnout.
I think we're going to probably be around 60%, not as high as I'd like to be. And the primaries tend to not be a lot of activity, but we got some large races, and they're going to be, they're important. All the races are important, but we're talking about a U.S. senator. We're talking about one of our U.S. representatives. When you've got 29 in one and 12 in another, I'm thinking of 60 is, I guess that's the realistic number. I would love to see 80%, but that's the number we don't see very often.
I know I've asked you this before, and I'm going to ask you this again. Vote by mail increases or decreases turnout? More people vote since we went to a vote by mail statewide or not?
It doesn't seem to have.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to really, it's very difficult, but what I found in all the research and the looking into ballots and voter turnout and everything, what makes a difference is what's on the ballot. That's what determines whether or not people participate. If it's an issue that's very close to them or very important to them, they make sure they get involved. If there's things on it seems to be just a vanilla ballot, as it were, a benign ballot, then there may not be a lot of participation, but issues on the ballot. And I'm thinking 29 folks running for senator, 12 for representative. We've got what, 4 in our commissioner race? Or 5, yeah.
Yeah, 5 there.
5 in the commissioner race. 4
2 people running for Mike Steele's position.
Yeah,
there's
3
a lot
there.
going on here.
It's important because it goes back to it's a top 2 primary.
Yeah.
This is, if you don't participate in the primary, you're not making a choice on, other people are deciding who you get to choose come November.
Eligible voters who are not registered for the primary election can still do so by visiting their local auditor's office by the last day of this month. Ballots must be dropped off or postmarked by Election Day, August 7th. We'll be back with a recap of some of our top stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
Walk and Roll Wenatchee's Asian Express is fast, fresh food. Wenatchee Roll's new Poke Hawaiian Fresh Salad Bar is the best. Fresh greens, fresh seafood, and handmade sauces. You know what you want. At Walk and Roll, create your own style meal. Hot off the line chicken, beef, and veggie plates. Lunch or dinner to match your appetite. Fresh sushi, hot entrees, Poke Fresh Salad Bar. It's new. It's Walk and Roll Wenatchee, fast, fresh food your way. Located on 5th and Mission.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X4 offers 4 times the proven off-road capability, 4 times the comfort, and 4 times the confidence to deliver 4 times the excitement on your next outdoor adventure.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. Crews in Chelan County are continuing to battle the now 70-acre Fields Point fire burning near Fields Point Landing at Lake Chelan. The fire was first reported in the 4 o'clock hour this morning. Due to the fire being in a 3-year-old burn scar, the fire will be burning mostly in grass and small brush with some dead and down timber intermixed. Fire officials ask that you please avoid the area while fire crews work the fire. A level 2 evacuation was implemented for residents near the fire area. Crews from Chelan County Fire Districts 5, 7, and 8 have responded, as well as the Manson Fire Department. Well, the eastbound lane on Interstate 90 remains closed this afternoon because of the wind-fanned Boylston wildfire. It's in Kittitas County. The fire has burned an estimated 70 to 80,000 acres, mainly on the Yakima Training Center land. Multiple agencies have responded to the fire located just east of Kittitas. I-90 is closed eastbound 7 miles east of Kittitas at the Vantage Bridge. Crews on the ground are receiving air support from 3 fixed-wing aircraft and 2 DNR helicopters. Traffic is being detoured onto Vantage Road. The Washington State Department of Transportation also announced State Route 243 has reopened after it was closed in both directions last night. A Level 3 evacuation notice is in place for Oval Fruit Company and Getty's Cove. Level 2 notice is in place as well once again for Wanapum State Park. An evacuation shelter has been set up at Wahluke Junior High to support evacuees. Deputies have contacted people in those areas to advise them of the fire activity. The Boylston fire is now a state mobilization effort involving crews from all over the state, including Chelan and Douglas County crews. A Southeast Washington incident management team is overseeing the suppression efforts. And time now for a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. And not a bad day out there today. We did see some windy conditions, and we will continue to see wind throughout the day today. Temperatures, though, were on the cooler side. As we move into the weekend, it will be nice. In fact, warming up slightly. We should be in the middle, maybe even upper 80s on Saturday. And notice our temperature map as those oranges and reds begin to darken up as we move through the weekend. On Sunday, even a little bit warmer. We'll see high temperatures probably approaching the 90-degree mark by Sunday, even back into western Washington. Things look gorgeous by the end of the weekend. On Monday, there's those red colors, and we are going to be in the midst of a pretty good size heat wave beginning on Monday with temperatures in the lower to mid 90s. Tuesday, even hotter than that. We could climb up into the mid and upper 90s. And folks, we're just going to stay that way through midweek and possibly through all of next week. Let's take a look now at your Quick Lube and Tune forecast. Tonight we'll drop down to an overnight low of 58 degrees. Tomorrow a light breeze, sunny skies, and 86 to end our weekend on Sunday. We'll see warmer temperatures and 90 for our high temperature. And then Monday through Thursday, there you go. Sunny and hot all 4 of those days, mid to upper 90s with lows in the upper 60s to around 70 degrees. Well, closing out our newscast tonight, Solomon Dormeyer made his singing debut during the Wenatchee Swingin' Big Band performance at the RLS Productions concert in the Gardens at Omi Gardens last night. Here's a quick clip of his debut.
How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back. Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. I've sunshine enough to spread. It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head? Let's
Very impressive. Next week, the series will host the Peter Rivera Band. Visit omigardens.com for ticket information. And if you have a video of the day you'd like to see on the NCW Life Evening News, message us on our Facebook page at the NCW Life channel. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel Monday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with your guest host, Eric Granstrom, and News with Steve Hare. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV Everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV set free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV Everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.